Alright, so some of you may remember this rocket lot. I bought this lot of 5 or 6 rockets, just the rockets only, from the flea market a few weeks back and listed it at auction. I bought this for $10. It sold for $113 plus shipping, so there certainly were some rockets in there that people were after. There was quite a battle, a lot of messages came in. And so I just got paid on that after waiting a couple days for payment. That's one downside of auctions sometimes. You wonder if you're going to get paid. I got paid. I'm going to ship that out today on The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Welcome, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. Dealer here with the Saturday morning show. In the office packing some orders. I don't know if I'm going to get this one out in time. I just got paid on it. We're at about 10 a.m. and I'm getting started. Just got some Wheeler special coffee in me, so I'm getting going this morning. Here's where we're at. Those are USPS. I've got to get those down there before 11:30 a.m. A couple of UPS carryovers from yesterday. I didn't take those in. The bottom one is that porcelain water fountain piece. It's $150 some, plus shipping to California. Got an address on that. So I'm going to try to get a few more orders packed up. There's quite a few to do yet. Small little goobers, a couple other good ones. Those rockets, I don't know. I want to make sure those rockets are going to get there. I got to do a little special box reinforcement to make sure they don't get crushed. And then I'm going to take stuff in. We'll go from there. All right. Wheeler says he's got to get listing. He's been watching some sort of vlog. There's a bunch of vloggers out there, different topics, different subjects, and they just get all hyped up for no reason. And we start to think that maybe it's the coffee. And Wheeler tells me he's had some coffee this morning. Have you had some coffee?
Yo, what's good, Dealer? Wow, I'm getting into the day-to-day. I'm listing stuff. Let's get into the listing. Okay.
Wow! Muscle cars! Did you see some muscle cars out there?
Oh yeah, muscle cars! Woo!
When we go into a garage sale, we say, "Woo! We like your stuff."
Oh, I want to buy that. How much is that?
Are you selling the muscle car? Whoa!
How much for that camera? How much for that camera? Woo!
So, from now on, that will be our new vlogging style. Okay, that was fun. So we sold this Big Shot. If you've never seen one of these Big Shots here, Wheeler, come and take this thing out.
Yeah, as used by Andy Warhol, I guess is where they get their fame from.
As used by what I would consider a very weird dude, Andy Warhol, sometime when he was alive. I don't think he's around.
No.
Okay, so there it is. Big Shot. Definitely big, plasticky.
Yeah.
Now we find these from time to time.
Like that.
We find them from time to time, but a lot of pieces are broken off them typically, right?
Very hard to find intact. Mainly that piece there is broken off. That's the first one to go. These get deteriorated very easily. This one actually took off a broken one. We had 2 of them, one with the back all messed up, this thing missing, but had a good strap on it. This strap was all deteriorated, so I took the one off the good one. It took me a little bit of jiggling around to get in there correctly, so it's 100% seated, but it's in there, it's good.
So we made one that was good, better.
Yep, and there's always like little breakages all over the things.
I think part of the problem is their box is really cool looking, but it's like tissue paper. The box is terrible.
Oh, and of course the box is horrible because it bends the wrist strap like that, which over time deteriorates it super easy, so that's an issue too.
So how am I going to do that?
I don't know. I'm just putting it back in there like it is.
Well, it's going to New York.
Yep.
And it sold overnight. You just listed this. It sold overnight for a $120 shipped.
It'd be a good idea to make sure to reinforce that so it doesn't break that little piece off there, but
yeah, I'll do a little work on the inside there.
Yep.
Alright, wanted to show that one off. That's a pretty good sale.
Those went up since we sold our last one a couple years back. So that's interesting.
Well, they're
they're very desirable and whatever now.
Scarce. Are they rare?
Fairly. I don't know.
Or scarce?
I've seen a lot of them, but...
Scarce?
I don't know.
Rare. Alright, so that's what I've got going out here. These are not super dense totes. Big one there and some down there, I don't know. Good order flow. We are sort of at an end of a cycle. I had a whole bunch of 30-day listings end, and whenever we have 30-day listings end, like we did yesterday with Northwest Kansas and some watches and things, you get a bump in sales, and then when you start up those listings again, you get a bump in sales. They're new, they show up on people's new listed and ending soon, you know, so you get a little bump. When we relist our 30-day listings, I take all the listings on Northwest Kansas and all the watch listings, and I discount everything for the next cycle 5%. So then you get a bump, and I think some emails go out to watchers, hey, this thing's been reduced in price. So you get a bump in watchers, bump in sales. Canon guy, our camera stuff, anything over $20, I discount 5% every 10-day cycle, which gets the things moving on the expensive stuff. $20 and less, I don't discount just because there's so much of it, and you can actually discount some things that take the right buyer to come along. You can discount them right out of existence where you end up shipping it and you make no money. So I stopped discounting things under $20 on the camera end of things, and most of that stuff still will sell eventually. So that's the way to do that. All right, let's unleash the Jeep. It's a good Jeep day, and I think I've been trying to get out and do a few more things with Lon. We had a long run with 6 kids here. Wheeler just turned 18. Our youngest is 5 going on 6. We had a long run with kids only stuff, you know, serving our kids. There's nothing wrong with that. But along the way, you tend to sort of lose your relationship with your spouse, with my wife. And I'm trying to rekindle that always, but we continue to try to rekindle that. And today, we might go for another Jeep ride. Well, let's get this thing out and see what the weather looks like. Putting the mirrors on today. Today is the day for the mirrors on the Jeep. We got kind of a cooler day. We had 100 degrees and now we're down in the 70s. Looks like sort of overcast skies. So people came to pick up my Schwinn exercise cycle. The guy was a dealer of them at one point and ran sort of a bike shop. Somebody's coming to pick up this fridge today for 50 bucks, probably a good deal. It's a nice little fridge. We don't use it anymore. Let's load that thing up. A lot to do today. Busy day. 2 totes, 2 boxes. One are those encyclopedias, 42 pounds, heavy, and one is 3 pounds, big shot, light. Those will almost kill you. 42 pounds. Thing doesn't shut like it should. Let's go. Okay, Wheeler's joined me for a short ride to the post office. I'm gonna have him carry that heavy package in.
Oh, there's a trick.
There's a catch to this whole ride, and then we're gonna swing by a garage sale that's a day old that probably doesn't have anything, but that's where we got banana peeler.
Picked up a watch, that's right.
Picked up a watch for $1 that's probably gonna sell for at least $75.
Oh yeah, one sold for $75 at auction, so that's a good sign.
So what else did we sell? I didn't show it, but you bought that watch a little while ago on my vlog when we went to a citywide watch for a nickel.
A nickel, 5 cents.
And we just sold it for,
actually, I don't think you vlogged it that day.
No. I think it's on Wheeler's vlog. Bought it for a nickel. We sold it today for 80 bucks.
Yeah.
So not all watch deals go like that. We've got like 350 watches in inventory that haven't sold, so.
I said that has sort of like a Navajo turquoise strap thing, so people like that look.
I mean, there's certainly some things to learn on what looks sell and what looks don't.
Yep, that thing has a look.
Wheeler's got an edge on that because he has an eye for the look for his own collection.
Oh yeah, that's the deal. I buy what I like.
Buy what I like. And I love the I buy what I like and I like what I buy. I am who I am. I am yum yum.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get there. All right, mission partially accomplished.
Yeah.
I don't know what you put in that coffee, Wheeler, but
He's never had coffee in a while.
I'm yelling Casey Neistat at people on longboards on the street. I don't think they know what I'm yelling at them, and so probably not a good idea since
Casey Neistat.
I live in a small town and I drive a Jeep that is highly identifiable and open to hate. Open to hate. People throwing. I had a 1986 CJ 7 last year of the Eagle CJs, and had to top off for the first time. Parked it on the road, heavy traveled road. Somebody threw their half full Mountain Dew in there and coated the inside with sticky Mountain Dew.
On the leather, that'd be a lot worse.
On the leather, that would be a lot worse. Good point. Quit yelling at longboarders. Here it is. Inside, outside, everything must go. 2 days old. Let's see if we can find something, Wheeler. Well, nothing there. And around here, the sales typically are picked over, and when they're picked over, about half the stuff that people buy around here we would never buy, but the other half sometimes would be the good stuff. So nothing there. Time to go back and do some more. Okay, second round of packing today. I got caught up here, a few there, added one UPS there, not too much. I've got another order that I have to wait on. I got a question on it, make sure that somebody ordered this expensive camera lens box. I want to make sure, since it's going to Brazil, that they know it's just the box. I don't want them to think it was the lens in the box. I'm gonna go home and tear out some carpet. Wow. Maybe I'll show it, maybe I won't. Let's see how easy it goes. Who the heck wants to see struggle with carpet? That can be fun. Well, this carpet has been cleaned a number of times, but it's also been wet and saturated with gunk, and so I don't know how much fun it's going to be to get out. I'm hoping it tears out and I can find a surface underneath that I can do something with, put some inexpensive tile down, and try to solve some of the ongoing moisture problem. When it rains really bad, we get a little water in the basement and it gets into the carpet, and then of course you can't do that much about it. So carpet in the basement, probably a bad idea. Our basement used to be an apartment, and you know, it wasn't bad down there. It was a B-grade apartment, or whatever you would want to call it. It wasn't like luxury or anything, but you know, times go on and things happen. I need to put some gutters, downspouts and gutters on the house as well in one corner, and I think that'll solve the problem. But for now, let's see what we can do. Okay, so it's looking like this carpeting's gonna peel up pretty easily here. We had to get into that wall. That's where the drain for the whole house goes there, and it goes down through the middle, and it goes right through our furnace room. And this carpet is stained, but it's not dirty. And so we put a new furnace in and everything, but we had to break up concrete and go right here under the wall into the bathroom and redo the 80-90-year-old outgoing drain pipes that all deteriorated. So I'm going to pull up all this carpeting. We've got some other work to do with these cabinets and stuff, but this space is going to be inventory, a bunch of it, most of it, and my packing station, and also a place where we do a little bit of sorting and putting stuff in totes for storage before we list it. So wish me luck. Let's pull up some more. Let's pull up some more carpet. I'll show you where we broke up the concrete. That was a lot of fun. Not. All right, well, that went fairly easy and fairly well. The surface underneath is all right. I'm no expert on anything construction, but I have sort of a wide swath of knowledge and I just wing it. But I do know that the glue and all the uneven surface under here, I'm gonna have to figure out exactly what I can put on there and what I can't put on there as far as tile. I'm gonna put some kind of glue or leveler or something that makes it so my tile squares or whatever I put down on there is going to first stick and second sit relatively flat. So I may have to do some work. Here's where we had to break out the 80, 90-year-old concrete and go under this wall that's always a treat. And on the other side, when going into the bathroom was put in later, like 40, 50 years ago, and that concrete is thicker and worse. So as we got more wore out and as the job went on, we got to thicker and thicker and worse concrete, and it had rebar in it, and oh my goodness, we did not use a jackhammer. I think they actually brought one in. We worked with the contractors and helped them out, and it still was a big job. And it's nice to have water that flows out of your house. That was a problem. That was a problem. This place was a family home for a while, and then it was a rental for 30, 40 years. And of course that has a negative accumulation. Somebody's falling down the steps. I better go check out what's going on. Okay, back to work. I'm gonna sweep this up and mop it, just to get all the dirt and dust and prep it for whatever else is next. Back in the office. Got Benjamin in with me for an hour here. He's playing some Bomberman, right? Bomb Jack. Playing some games. I've got the basement carpet out and vacuumed and swept and mopped and demolded and all that. Back in the office for an hour here before I go out with Lon. Just give you a quick peek at my mirrors. Cheap mirrors, 40, 50 bucks. They do the trick. Mounted right on there. We'll see how they do. 70 miles an hour in a little while. Sun's back out. That's good because it was looking kind of cloudy. So I've got Operation Remove the Stuff going on slowly but surely. The next thing to go is this big long grind rail for skateboarding, scootering that Noah Wheeler made. See, the fridge used to be there. That's gone. So we're gonna see, I'm gonna see if we can take this and put these on these rolling carts and wheel it down the street and put it on the side of my garage. Woohoo! Let's see if Wheeler's available. He's been working on listing. He got this camera listed and it sold for 100 bucks.
Sold quick.
Sold quick. You want to help me take your grind rail home?
Sure, I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah. So short time spent with Benjamin. What do you think of driving without the doors on?
Windy.
Windy? There's no wind. You should drive 80 miles an hour. Wow, look at that thing. Look at that thing wobble. They say the mirrors are wobbly. I just hope they stay on there. I tightened them. Okay, I found my wife. Hi, Lon.
Hi.
And we're staring at this field. But I wanted to give you guys a view of what we see when we travel the back roads out here. It's beautiful. We have some cloud cover today. We have a little wind. Sorry about the noise. But it's not flat. There ain't much out here. It's kind of scrub. It's a lot of fun. There we are at Mulligan's, otherwise known as Shirley Opera House. Looks Old West, and it looks like we're going to open the place up. Well, that was a good meal.
Yeah.
And good drinks, and we were the only ones there the whole time. That's the sad news. We were there for 2 hours, and we were the only people on a Saturday night. Ever.
Tonight.
It's a really neat place. Oh well. Now into the countryside. Quick drive around beautiful Lake Atwood. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but
What it's called.
Lake Atwood. So half the time there's water in there and half the time there isn't, depending on how they cycle the dam upstream. And then on the other side here, there's the Atwood Country Club golf course. And I think this is Knights of Columbus dinner. Maybe that's why it was so busy where we're at. Looks like there's a wedding or something going on. And right here, if you come at the right time of the year, it smells like fish. The only reason I know that is this is where they run the Atwood 10 miler, which is 8 laps. And every time you come around, you get to smell that wonderful east side fish smell. Here's a runner now that's running rather strange and strategically, training for the Atwood 10 miler. And on your left is Goose Island, otherwise known as Duck Island, depending on who you talk to. And Lover's Lane / West Side Fishing. There you go. Time to head home. Oh, and here is a little extra farming acreage if you need it. Rarely water, always plantage. Ooh. This is the causeway over Spill. And when you run the Atwood 10 miler, this is always a jolt to your legs. And that's a picker's paradise of sorts. There is an antique store there. Oh, so much packed into a town of 1,200. It is a nice little quaint town. We like to get out. And there's Kansas, harvesting the wheat, Mr. Kansas. When we left Colby, it said 5-mile-an-hour winds all night long, and now it's 70 degrees with 30-mile-an-hour winds. Woo! We got the heat going full blast. What do you think?
Life's an adventure.
Life's an adventure. Drink it up. No, there's a couple different sayings. I don't know. Life's an adventure. Adventure it up. Dun, dun, dun. And there's oil. And then there's hills. Look at this. Oh, it smells like oil back in here. Or something. Maybe that's our vehicle. Who knows? There's an oil derrick over there pumping. Can you spot the oil derrick in the wind? It is so windy. It is unbelievable. It's like a 40-mile-an-hour wind. I'm only doing 40. I'm only doing 30. It's a 40-mile-an-hour wind. Ah! And this is why we come out here.
Looking at you.
Yes, he is.
Daring you to shoot him.
I don't have a gun with me. Isn't that pretty? Hi, buddy. So he's about 100 yards away. Look at that. That's cool. And the sun is slowly setting in northwest Kansas. with the wind. Thank goodness. Heat is blaring. 67 degrees, 40-mile-an-hour winds. Woo, baby. Well, I didn't know if this was for us, but looks like it is. We're getting pretty close to home, I think. It's getting dark though. Well, I missed the pheasant. He did a run for us, and then he did a left turn wipeout. Funny, funny, funny. Fun times ahead. Decisions, Lon. Now you can be my alibi. This had about a mile back. It had a road sign. This is Thomas County 21. We could go that way. Doesn't look very good. Or we could go that way, which I see way up there, the road I want to be on. Or we could go that way. We came from that way. That's an actual road. That is not much of a road, and that is where we must go. Well, we've done it before. That is part of the fun, although we are in the corn. We don't want to be in the corn. We're supposed to be in the rough. Then the adventure is over. And we've been running alongside this fence, which is right alongside the corn. It's not the best. Time to turn around. So just to prove that this is a road here, here's the sign. We just went down TH21, that's all. We came from that direction. Well, now where do we go? Oh, it's a beauty. We're running out of daylight. Here's how we know we're at least on a road. If there's road work ahead, we're pretty sure that this is going to be a road this time. Can't tell if I'm lined up. Still going. Come on, focus camera. Oh man. If you could see this camera, it's super dusty. Let's see if we can do something like this. Unbelievable. iCloud required. Here we go. You see how dusty this camera is? See how dusty this camera is? It's making noises when the thing comes out. And the lens comes out. Super dusty. Okay, well, we made it back. 65 degrees, very chilly. Unfortunately, I was stupid and wore shorts. Lon was a little smarter. When we left, it wasn't so bad, and it was supposed to be 5-mile-an-hour winds. When we got up to Atwood, is 40-mile-an-hour winds and sort of damp, like clouds were coming in. We made it, Wheeler.
Yeah.
Holding down the shop.
Yep.
Something
good.
Something changed here. Oh, you got your second setup there or something.
What?
I don't know. Did you put another monitor?
Yeah. Third one there.
Thought something changed.
Yeah.
Well, we're winding things down here at the shop. These guys are winding it down. Say hi to Banana Peeler. BP, did you find any cool pens, pencils? Anything interesting?
Here.
Few?
2 John Deere ones.
Oh, there you go.
They're Kansas, but they've got the John Deere stamp. Coca-Cola. Original 1966 Bugs Bunny.
There you go.
Then an IGA.
Yeah. Otherwise, not much.
Yep.
Did you go through all of them?
No, just these 2 and this one.
Oh, so you're just starting. Starting to sort.
Yeah.
To sort to like things.
Yep.
All right. How was the pizza?
Pretty good.
What kind did you get?
Bacon
Is it better this time?
Yeah.
So they got their formula back.
Yeah.
Okay, so my camera is due for a complete overhaul. Q-tips. I'm gonna have to get Wheeler's advice on how to stop it from making those noises with all that dust. So we saw a huge jackrabbit. I couldn't get him on camera. We saw some more deer. We saw one lone flying turkey that almost flew in to our cab. And what else? A couple pheasants. Got that one buck on camera. That was pretty cool. Okay, well, tomorrow's a day off for me. Family day, quiet day, I think. I don't know, we're doing something tomorrow. I can't remember. Monday, another vlog. I'm sure we'll have a bunch of orders to pack. I'm already down 5, 6 orders, whatever. And we'll start listing again. I do still have some things to list. Thanks for watching. Hope it was an enjoyable vlog. Have a nice rest of your weekend. And pick well, list often. Dealer out.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer Production.